Hi, this is Brad Donlan from Pro Cricket Academies. Here we are analysing two left-arm spinners with our split-screen video analysis technology. We've got an international bowler at the top, Stephen Parry, plays for Lancashire County Cricket Club, but has represented England in one-day internationals and T20s. At the bottom, we've got a talented young left-arm spinner, Luke Jones, plays for Cheshire under-17s and Neston Cricket Club first 11. Let's have a look at both of their actions. If we have a look, you'll notice that Luke is a little bit shorter in his strides and in his approach, not as bouncy, and Stephen Parry is a lot more aggressive and generates a lot more energy in his delivery. So they're the actions, and let's have a look and see if we can help Luke with his development. I've locked those two pictures in, so we're going to bring that forward and bring it forward until we get to that point there. Let's bring Luke in just a little bit. Okay, so my first point is you can see that Stephen Parry is starting and targeting getting really close to the stumps. If you look at the back, that foot, the right foot, in relation to those stumps, there's a small gap, where here with Luke there's a slightly larger gap building, and that might be an indication that he's starting to move a little bit wider of the crease. If we move that along and get that into back foot contact, there's back foot contact. Let's get Luke one frame forward. There's back foot contact for Luke. Now what I am noticing now is the same again. If you have a look at Stephen Parry's foot in relation to the stumps, it's nice and tight, where here we've got a little gap brewing, where Luke again is a little bit wider of the crease. The other things I have noticed with Stephen Parry are he's quite open chested, and you can see his left shoulder here. If you have a look at his left shoulder, you can just see it there, and also he's looking through his front bowling arm. He's looking through his front bowling arm there, so he's slightly open chested at back foot contact. If we have a look at Luke's slightly more sideways on. You can see his front arm is slightly more sideways on, and you can see that he's looking over his right shoulder as opposed to through like Stephen Parry. So two distinct differences in the action at back foot contact. I'm going to clear those, and then let's move that on to front foot contact and feet alignment. If we have a look, there's Luke's feet alignment, and let's get Stephen Parry at a similar point. There we go, lock those in. So if we have a look at the feet alignment, we'll notice with Luke that there's crossed. If you have a look at his back foot alignment and then his front foot alignment, they're slightly crossed, which makes it harder for him to get that left hip through within his bowling action. If we have a look at Stephen Parry, you'll notice that his feet alignment are really good. He's got his left toe in line with his right heel, which is a great starting point for left arm spinners. So if we move that frame on to release and have a look at the release points, you'll notice that Luke's got a fantastic release point. He's the right side of perpendicular, and he's not nice and high, so very good release point. Same with Stephen Parry. Stephen Parry's slightly higher in his release point, but similar positions. What I have noticed is obviously the head positions. If we have a look at the head positions, you have a look at Luke's head's a little bit more upright and in a slightly better position, where Stephen Parry has just started to fall away in his action, with his head falling away, and there's a reason for that, and it's to do with his right arm blocking himself off, but I'll move on and talk about that later in the video analysis. As we go from this position, the concern I do have is with Luke. If you have a look at Luke, his release position is there, and we look at Stephen Parry's release position is here. What we've noticed now is that Luke is actually quite wide of the crease, and in delivering the ball that wide of the crease as compared to Stephen Parry, who's much tighter, delivering the ball from that wide of the crease means you have to create an angle. You've got to hit off stump. You've created an angle for that ball to hit off stump, and with that angle you create that angle for the batsman as well, and it's a lot easier for the batsman to pick you off through the leg side, and your control of line is very difficult from that angle. So that would be one observation I made, just to show you a little bit clearer. If we were to put Stephen Parry's delivery, there we go, there's Stephen Parry's line, and then we were to put your line in, Luke, there's your delivery point. You will notice that obviously there is a gap. There's obviously a gap here between the distance between where Stephen's releasing and where you are. And that's fine as a variation, but as a stock delivery you need to work hard on getting a little bit closer to the stumps. So Luke, there's 3 points I would like you to work on. I would really like you to work on. Number one is this where you deliver the ball from. We've got to get you in a little bit tighter to the stumps. You've got to get in a much tighter to the stumps to make sure that you deliver that ball what we call wicket to wicket, and your control of line would be much tighter, and that release point will be much closer, and it'll be a lot easier to contain batsmen and to bowl a better line. The other point too I want you to work on is your feet alignment. If we take back, if we have a look at your feet alignment, you're a little bit crossed. And we need to work on, like Stephen Parry's above, if you can just have a look at his feet alignment, we need to work on those feet alignment coming together, and that will improve your action and give you a bit more, make you a bit more energy efficient as well, and it'll be a lot easier to drive that left hip through your action. The other point I'd like to make to you, Luke, is your approach, and I think if we got your approach right, it would work, help you with point 2. I want you to really work hard on getting much tighter to the stumps in there, and I think by getting much tighter to the stumps on that line, it will help your feet alignment. Your feet alignment will naturally line up a little bit straighter, so with that line and you getting in tighter, I think you might sort out 2 problems in one go. Stephen Parry, if we have a look at Stephen Parry at the top, my suggestion to him, as I said, he blocked off with his front arm. As you can see here, his front arm now, let's just take it back a frame. As you can see with the front arm, his front arm is blocked off. It's blocked off in front of his body, and what happens there is it makes your right shoulder dip, and when your right shoulder dips, you can just see his right shoulder dipping there, it pulls your head position down, and by pulling your head position down into here, it gets you slightly lower, and that's why he doesn't release the ball as high as Luke, and he's a little bit more upright in his release point. If I show you that now, he's really upright. You know, the right side are perpendicular, but it's very, very tight. There could be an opportunity for him to go past the perpendicular on occasions as he got tired in a spell and slightly collapse more. So those are my recommendations to you, Stephen, and I'd really work on trying to get that arm driving through back alongside your body, so that right hand slapping that right thigh, and then getting that arm back through the side of your body, a little bit like Luke Jones does down the bottom here. If you have a look at Luke's as he's driving through, you can see where his arm is alongside his body, and then it drives through out through the back. So they would be my recommendations to the 2 bowlers. This is the detail we go into with Pro Cricket Academies for our video analysis and our batting online coaching. So if you want to buy into this service, we offer batting, we offer bowling, we offer wicket keeping, we offer fielding, we look at captaincy and field placements. I can help with those, and we also look at bowler specific strength and conditioning. Please go to our website www.procricketacademies.com and click our online tab. That will give you all the information you need to access this service, and it's very cheap at £25 a video. There are options available for you to be able to buy packages of 3 videos for £60 and 5 videos for £100 to take advantage of this service. You will get voiceover video analysis like this with all the analytical tools to help you improve your game and take it to the next level. Thank you for watching Pro Cricket Academies.